record, and this may allow me time to share my screen. Okay, it's Team Call Tuesday, and we are here to share some awesome results that we have had. And Lainey's gonna go clean her room. Okay, go back, clean your room. And I even made a space for you to play in there. So Renae and I are gonna share a little bit about what has worked for us. And I have to, first of all, give props to Nikki's success partner, Kristen, for this idea and her passion behind it, because I was stuck, like, not even 2 weeks ago, like just completely stuck, basically sitting at 0, 2 points from a current challenger that I still am waiting for them to take away. And just stuck. Like, I was doing posting and checking in on people and following up with people, but I just wasn't attracting anyone new, and I just didn't know what to do. And so I really dove into like page training, which is when I found Leslie, and we partnered up on that. So I'm super excited about that, but I'm not at the point in the like page training to be attracting anyone yet. So I thought I would give this a try. Nikki was having luck with it. Kristen was having luck with it. And so I was inspired to get going with this. So I just want to share a little bit about Marketing Stew, which comes out of this book by Dave Ramsey, because this is kind of Kristen's basis for how she ran this, how she did her posting. So the first ingredient in the stew is passion. We all know this. Emotion sells. I think sometimes we forget about it, that we have to really hone in on our avatar, who we're looking for, and be passionate about it. And so along with these posts that have been pretty successful for most of us on our team even, we really needed to have an image that's scroll stopping. We need to have wording that grabs, that's not too long, that pulls people in, that makes them say to themselves, and a couple of the people I talked to actually said, I can do that too. I can be that person. I can be Tiffany. I can lose 100 pounds in a year. That's totally attainable. So I know from at least a few of my brand new people, that's what pulled them. Keep in mind, they didn't like my post. They didn't comment on my post, but they followed the link to an application. So we'll talk about that in a second as well. So in regards to my posting, I posted first on a Saturday morning an image of myself, shared just a little bit of my story, which, guys, is like 2 years old. It hasn't changed a lot, but it actually got a good amount of traction from my personal page, application and post. Then I posted again. I posted someone I found in the Autumn group, actually, and asked if I could share. Her name's Tiffany. I copied her little blurb that she said in the group. Her image I just stopped dead in my scroll when I saw her post. And I posted that on the 24th. So about 4 days later, again on my personal page, but at 9 o'clock that night. So I went with a total different time of day. And I actually put at the top application and post as my very first line, a couple little emojis pointing down, hoping people would read. I did not put that tagline in my on my post. I will say, when I did my post on the 20th, it was either 3 or 4 people that filled out the application within a 24-hour period. I also posted twice in between those personal page posts on my like page. I didn't get a ton of reach. The Tiffany posts, it was basically the same images from my personal page, just different times on my like page. The reaches are okay, but it took a while for the reach to kind of get out there. I tagged a few people, a few current challengers that were interested in joining, and said, hey, fill out the application in this post. So that probably helped to like push that post out there on my like page. And I also posted once in my ongoing free group. So that's kind of how my posts went. Again, images that are scroll stopping, trying different times of day, and spreading them out. So I make sure to sandwich those posts into my real life posts. So it's not fitness, 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 fitness. You know, I've got a fitness application post sandwiched into my family posts that obviously get more traction than my health fitness posts. Okay, so the second ingredient, hey, Chrissy and Bailey, they hopped on. The second ingredient is activity. And I had to go back in the book and read up on this a little bit, but basically you need to outwork everyone. You need to show your passion everywhere, whether people are listening or not. You need to be sharing what you are doing. You don't want to Beachbody puke over everybody, obviously, but you want people to know that you're on this journey. So don't forget to share a sweaty selfie every now and then on your personal page. Not every day, but let people know what you're doing. Let people know what coaching has done for you on your personal page, how it's changed your life. Let people know how these challenge groups have changed you. Not just, I'm working out with these people, but I have this support group around me. So really outworking everyone. Follow the business activity tracker. Make sure you're doing the vital behaviors. Make sure you're consistently posting, trying out new things, which is one thing that I was really stuck at. Go find more. For me, I started looking on YouTube a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I don't know how to get past it. Where do I find new people? So I go to YouTube and just start watching top coach videos. Went to my upline. Nikki knew I was struggling. She encouraged me to try this process out. My success partner, Rebecca, and I have talked numerous times about it. At this point, and I was still just really stuck until I tried out this way of marketing. So super impressed with it. Number 3 is scarcity. And I know this is a piece I was missing. We have an amazing ongoing challenge group from our team. It's great, but it doesn't show scarcity. So in the post, it's only 10. This is an exclusive group. You want people to feel that. You want to perceive that I'm only taking 10. So you need to commit now, which goes along with ingredient 4. You've got to have urgency. Again, a piece I totally was missing. I haven't shown any type of urgency for a long time. I was struggling with how to do that with our awesome ongoing group. How do we have a sense of urgency? So you want people to not have a whole lot of time to think. These people that, for me anyway, that committed, they filled out the application. I sent them an email as soon as I got the application with a welcome video explaining the group and saying, if you feel like this group could be for you, let me know when is a good time to chat on the phone. So right away, within a few days, talk to these people on the phone. They're super excited about it. I did not have one price objection from these new people. That's huge for me. Not one price objection. Now my people that wanted in the group that have been trying for a while, still having price objections. And they chose to not be in this group, which is their choice. So have that sense of urgency, show the value of it. For me, I hopped on live on my like page. Again, I don't have a ton of reach there, and just talked about that in the welcome video that I'm only taking 10. Small group, focused group, secret on Facebook. Only the group members can find it. I wanted them to know how exclusive this is going to be, that if they really are needing a one-on-one coach, accountability, support, motivation in a safe, secure environment, that's what they're going to get. And that's what these people were really looking for. And then number 5 is momentum, which is my word for the year, actually. And it's focused intensity over time, multiplied by God, gets you results. So even if you're a brand new coach, you can still have focused intensity. You can still be on fire and excited and passionate and going for it. So in regards to this group, it's a 50 plus group. So for me, that really struck me. I have a mom that needs to lose 50 pounds plus. I was close to that weight loss at my around 40 pounds that I lost. And so I could connect with that. So it doesn't mean everybody has to look for a group like that, but it just so happens UV2 was coming out. And that's exactly what this program is all about. It's not all about jumping into the container system, going cold turkey. It's about one change at a time, which connected with me because that's how I was. When I started, I didn't even know what green lettuce was good. I thought iceberg lettuce was good. I was really slow in my process and it worked for me. And I feel like lately people rush in we get them into a group, which is amazing, and they think they have to go all out, and then they fall off the wagon. And so this group, we focus on one thing a week. We're following the challenge guide with UV2. We have approximately 10 current challenge leaders that I'm hoping a couple will turn into coaches. A couple are discount coaches, actually. And we have about half of them brand new. So we put them in groups of 3. Did that last night. They're already tagging each other today. I'm hoping we keep the momentum going. It's pretty exciting. Renae and I are hopping in there and just sharing little basic tips. Like today I shared about Himalayan salt. Easy, complete easy fix. Still tastes like salt, not doing anything major. I shared about what I do when I go to a buffet the other day. Just simple tips for eating at a buffet. Not saying you can't eat at a buffet. You never should eat there again. But tips of what to do when you go eat at a buffet. These people in this group don't want to just give everything up at once. They see the power of taking it slow. So this is our prep week, our 0 week. Next week will be week 1, which is simply add Shakeology. And if you haven't looked into UV2 yet, because I thought it was a joke when it launched, I'll be completely honest. I laughed, I giggled, I texted Nikki, I'm like, this can't be real. It's not a real program, right? It's not about the program, the fitness. It's about the rest of it. The journal that goes with it, the one change at a time. It's amazing. I listened to a video on Beachbody Champions today from one of the cast members, and it's amazing listening to her talk about it. And I'm like, where are the before and afters? Like, why can't I share those? And then come to find out, Beachbody isn't allowing them. They don't want before and afters because that's not the goal of the program. The goal is to get up, get moving, have fun, and make these simple changes one at a time. So once I really researched it, I get the point of it. I'm not doing UV2 with these people. I went back and forth. I'm going to do country heat because that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and it just works for me. And I have a couple current challengers in there that are also doing country heat. They're following the UV2 journal and all of that, but they're doing country heat because they've been in it for a while, and I'm not sure UV2 will be for them. I gave them that option, so they have that option to do either one. The other thing that my coach Chrissy mentioned that I thought was a great idea is these people don't want to see skinny people in this challenge group. You know, these people have 50 plus pounds to lose. So Renae and I are really trying to keep it to images with powerful wording, images with plus size women. I think that's vital. I'm not putting my sweaty selfie in a sports bra in there. I'm putting that in our ongoing group, Vibe Tribe. But I am letting them know that I got my workout in this week. There's not really a focus other than just kind of prepping. So we are focusing on water. So I let them know if I hit my water goal, and they're doing the same thing. So very focused, small group. This application process, I had a total of 19 people fill it out. I believe 7 of those were current challenge leaders that I approached, or they approached me and said, hey, is there room for me? I really need this group. I think I have 4 brand new people still that I emailed and have not responded yet. So I'm hoping they're potentials for my next small focused group in July, which we're kind of hashing out dates. Another thing I think is vital is that we only advertised. Well, I only advertised for a week and a half. Renae only had, 4 days to advertise? Renae threw this together real quick.
If that. Yeah,
If that.
I'm a real procrastinator, so.
And it worked. You showed urgency, right? Like, hey, we're starting.
Because there was urgency.
There was true urgency in this. And I think that was key. You know, usually I advertise to the masses. I advertise for long periods of time. And I think that was a big kicker that I started advertising, and a week and a half later we were starting. So there wasn't a whole lot of think time. It was, here it is. If you want in this group and it's for you, here's my 7-minute video explaining the whole purpose of it with my passion in it. And then you commit or you don't. You know, this is for you or it's not. Either way, it's okay. So I think that was a good thing for us. So, okay. Renae, hop in and share some tips, because you actually had better success than me. She's had a ton of brand new people. So props to you, Renae, for just deciding that, hey, I'm stuck too. I'm going for it and teaming up on this. But Renae's had really, really great success, hitting Success Club within a few days. So props to you. Let's hear your tips.
Yes. Well, first, thank you for like letting me jump in at the last minute on that. So, yes, I was not very well prepared this month with the end of school and everything going on with craziness with work. It was kind of difficult. I always stay connected to people throughout the month and everything, but yes, this is definitely a end of the month urgent like matter and stuff. But I think I started on the 26th, which is, I think was a Friday. Is that a Friday? I decided that morning that I would start posting because I've heard in other like calls, I think Danielle Natoni talks about this a lot, about kind of boosting your page a little bit. And granted, this is all done on my personal page, but I was kind of on there and making sure that people knew that I was there. So I put like a few family ones that they actually got a lot of hits. And at first I was kind of concerned because I'm like, man, those got a lot of likes and a lot of comments. And I thought when I released that, because I wanted to release my post for this group that night, when there'd be more people on, I was worried that my other ones would drown it out. So I was a little concerned about that, but it actually worked out pretty well. Once I released it, I was amazed. I think I haven't checked yet, but I think I had over like 200 likes. Lots and lots of comments. I was also very strategic, I guess, with commenting back and responding to people. I wanted to make that last as long as it could. And so I would respond a couple times, like, and then like wait a little bit and then respond to a couple more so that it would keep getting bumped up, hopefully in people's news feeds. I don't know if that worked or not, but it must have, something worked. I ended up I didn't have as many applications as Kim did, but I definitely had, I think it was a total of 7 people, and 2 or 3 more that contacted me tonight even. And it was pretty amazing because all of these people I have not had really any contact with. Like they have not been on my Connect at all, connecting with them or anything. It was right out of the blue. The other thing that I found to be kind of interesting was that the people who did fill out the application, they might have liked it, but they didn't do any comments or anything like that, which I also thought was kind of interesting. So I don't know, that's kind of what I did. And I did release my photo first, my transformation photo, which was just a face-to-face, which actually I had released before. And so I was really surprised that it got as much feedback as it did, just because I've already shown that picture before. So that was kind of interesting. And then I ended up doing the Tiffany that Kim talked about earlier, and then also Kayla. So those were the only 3 posts that I did, and got a lot of traction on those. So.
Yay, that's awesome. I love your idea of commenting on a few things at a time, especially since, I mean, I was on my call with Renae when she put this post out. And so I'm speakerphone talking to her and I'm watching it going, holy moly, you have like 50 likes in like 30 minutes. How did that happen? That's amazing. I have 3,000 friends and I don't get that many likes ever. So yeah. Props to you. And Renae and I were chatting a little bit too, that as coaches, we really have to build up our trust and our integrity with people. And I do think us having that teacher background does give us a little bit of a push with that. We've talked to a lot of people in our years teaching. We've met a lot of families, a lot of kids, worked with a lot of people, and Renae and I are very, very similar. I feel like in a lot of that, we don't like to upset parents. We're not ones to rock the boat. We try to keep the peace with everyone and really lead with integrity. And I feel like Renae as well, when I like to analyze posts a lot. I like to go through feeds. And that's something I encourage all of you to do, is to look through your own feed and look through other people's feeds that things are working for, and just see what their posts look like compared to yours. If you're not getting a whole lot of likes, go look at other people's feeds and just see what it looks like. Get some ideas, see what maybe you could add to yours. And with Renae in general, she doesn't post a ton of like Beachbody stuff. I definitely post more of that than she does. And so I feel like when she does post something like that, it kind of stops people in their tracks. Like, whoa, what, maybe some of these people missed it last time she posted that photo. And I feel like I've had that with my transformation photos for a while, but now that it's 2 years in, most people have seen it. But that's why you're connecting with new friends and talking with new friends so that new friends are seeing it. And I will say I was surprised. 2 of the people were people I was not directly friends with on Facebook. I'm friends of theirs, but they saw it on my like page. So that's the first time for me. I have like 1,000 likes on my page is all. The first time that that's happened, that people saw those posts. They didn't like it, didn't comment on it. But again, it's that, if you have 50 pounds plus to lose, I sit back and think you probably don't want to comment, hey, I'm interested in that group. It's not something you want out there in public. So having this application really was what they needed at the time. And I will say I have tried an application type post a couple years ago and it completely flopped. So you never know what's going to work. I do feel like in this instant, it was leading with passion and having all of these ingredients that helped me. In the past, I'm pretty sure my application post was very open-ended. And it wasn't, you need to commit now, this group is forming very soon. I think it's that urgency and scarcity. Those are the pieces that I've been missing because I wasn't really sure how to fit it in. You guys all know, I've said it a million times, I'm scared to death of small groups, but I'm going to rock this one out. Nikki's on here, so I have to say that. She's going to yell at me. We're going to rock this group out this time. I'm more confident going into this group. I'm not scared of it like I have been for years. I went back and forth on this small group issue. I like active, big groups, but I realize now these ladies in there, they easily get buried and lost in these big groups. And so I know in particular, a couple of them, they were really excited about that and they're more private. One of them, I still can't get the girl on the phone. I've tried to work with her way, way back when. She really wouldn't even talk to me. And then all of a sudden, she filled this out. We chatted on Messenger and she ordered that night. So she's very private. And that was a big perk for her, even though there's someone in the group she doesn't necessarily get along with. I was shocked that she still wanted in. So I guess you never know. So Renae, do you feel like when we try this process again, because I'm assuming we will, do you feel like you'll use the same images, the same posts? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that they'll be similar because like you said, like I'm constantly adding friends and I know a lot of people, especially since I don't post a whole lot about Beachbody, a lot of them aren't really familiar with my journey and what I've been doing and stuff like that. So I'm sure it'll be similar. I really do like the application because like you said too, it opened up a whole group of people that I didn't even know had any interest whatsoever. And they might not have done that, had I just left it open as like a message or anything like that. So I don't know.
Good point. And I think it goes back to too, we should always be on our journey. I feel like, and I know that my journey's getting kind of old, so I'm working to extend that journey. I want some abs. I want more definition. I want to be able to continue to show and really just maintaining too, showing the fact that, hey, I had this transformation 2 years ago and look, I'm still the same size. I've maintained it. I think that's huge. So as coaches, I think we need to remember that it is vital that we continue on our journey. We want to be that post, that image that people stop and go, whoa, like what did that person do? Oh my gosh, just simple nutrition and workouts. You've got to be kidding me. That's vital. And we're very fortunate to have Kayla on our team specifically that we can share her story. But as Nikki always says, we've got to keep looking for stories. So when you see one, ask, can I share this with other people? Some people are like, yeah, tag me. Some people are like, sure, I just want to help people, share it. So pull those images, save them into your camera, take the wording that they put on it so you have their voice to it, put it in a document and save it. So Yeah.
Can
So
I say one more thing?
yeah.
I was just gonna say too about just having those other images, because I think it's great, like they see us doing it, but I also think it speaks volumes when they see other people that are not necessarily Beachbody coaches, but actual customers. And I think that they, look at it and are like, oh, there is something to this. This is more real,
That's a good point. I hadn't even thought about it that way, because Kayla isn't a coach. She's just a customer. So that definitely does help. Awesome. Does anybody on have any questions for us or want to see any of these posts? I can share my screen and look through them. I went through quickly because I never know when Zoom's going to kick me off. Nikki, do you want to share anything about what's worked for you that's maybe different than Renae and I?
Hey, I can't really say anything is different. I have the same method as far as posting on my like page and on my personal page and my free group. And I do think, and as well as Instagram, I did post it on Instagram. If you do that, make sure you put the link to the application in your bio, and then just simply say application link in bio or something like that. I really didn't get a lot of comments on it, but I did have a total of 18 people fill out the application. And some of those people, I had no idea who they were. So I'm not really sure how they found me, but not all of them committed. I sent them the welcome video of me explaining things. And, I don't know if I lost some people that way or not, but I am, of course, going to keep in contact with them. And personally, I'm running this 50-pound group in June. July, my special group, my focus group will be Shift Shop. And then July, August, I believe, I'm throwing around ideas, but it'll probably be something like emotional eating or simple eating or something like that, so that TV's on, so that it's Red Sox playing, so that it's not my 21-day fix group or do insanity with me, but that it's inviting people to look at what we have to offer without scaring them away with products. And I think that's what this 50-pound group Gone did. People related to 50 pounds gone. People may see something like Shakeology group and be like, oh, whatever, I don't know, but if it's something like emotional eating or something like that, that pulls people in to get them, piques their interest, for then you to share a solution. So that's my thoughts on that.
I like that idea of the solution, because really these 4 brand new people, okay, 3 of the 4 people had never tried Shakeology. And when I chatted with them on the phone, I'm like, okay, well, I could tell they were just ready. Like, give me a link. What do I need to do? I'm ready to do this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so out of the norm for me. Usually they want to know all the information and they want to think about it and then they want to try it. And I'm like, this is so new. But when we got to Shakeology, they had that image in their head. Like, I want that weight loss, and okay, this is what she did, this, and this. That sounds easy enough. I can do that. Okay, let's commit. So it was just very interesting compared to what I'm used to. And I think Renae and I have kind of chatted about that too, that we just didn't have a lot of the objections that we usually have. She even has one that she's not sure how they paid for it. And I have one as well. The one of my 4 that I've talked to numerous times, she has drug her feet on cost for months. And as soon as this application thing came out, she filled that application out and had 0 objections, ordered that thing in like 24 hours. So I'm like, wait, where'd all those objections go? All of a sudden it was like, that's what she needed. I connected with her. She really needed that small group. She'd already been in our ongoing big group to try it out and see if it was for her. So I really think that that's key. And I'm not sure either if my exclusive group, which I love that word, will be specifically 50-pound plus next month or not, but I think it will be similar, this whole who needs to take it slow and steady, because that's what worked for me. And that's how I know how to help you best. I'm not a perfect eater. I'm picky, if anything. And so maybe I need to gear the group advertising around that. Because I still eat pizza and I still eat macaroni and cheese, my all-time favorite thing. I'm not going to give it up. So I guess I need to connect more with that. Nikki has mentioned that too. Like sometimes I fear that, like, oh, the coach that's eating Kraft macaroni and cheese once a week, that can't be right. But I need to let them know that I'm real and this is how I eat. And these are the results I got eating like that. You know, I may eat very, very clean 80% of the day, 5 days a week. But I'm not giving up mac and cheese night with my kids. It's like our favorite thing to have. So yeah, just being real and being you is my top suggestion, and really be passionate about whatever group you decide to run, and really think about those people that you want to connect with. What image, what wording would make you scroll stop, and be careful not to put too much in there. If you put too much wording, then you're giving them everything. You know, my video was like 7 minutes long that I sent to them. That's when I gave them everything. They short and sweet, filled out the application, which I think I've got a couple minutes here. Let me share my screen. I did pull my first one up, so we'll see if I can, it's been a while since I've done this. Okay, so here's the post I made in regards to just my own journey. And I did not put application and post at the top. And remember, I had about 4 people fill it out pretty quickly. But as you notice, the post is fairly short. It says a little bit about my journey, as a lot of people know my journey, and you can obviously see it in my image. So I think that's important. And putting right in there, 50 plus pounds to lose this year. This insert about the Beachbody Challenge, I think people forget to utilize that, getting their free shirt, having the chance at winning money. Click below to learn more and see if this group will be a right fit for you. Just not going to the masses. Everybody can join, but this is what could potentially work for you if you are wanting results like this. You know, I'm going to teach you results that I have, that I've gotten and how I've gotten them. So if we go down, here's awesome Kayla from our group. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I actually have another image that I really like as well. She's young, she's a college kid. She's just freaking amazing. And she's had great support from her coach. Again, Renee's post isn't super long. Act fast. I was going to show you her personal one if I can scroll through. It's been her birthday, so there's going to be a lot of posts in there. We'll see if we can find it quick. And I did add application and post to the top of a couple of mine. I don't know if that makes a difference. I think you try both. So here's her post. You know, it's not a huge transformation, so I wasn't sure how it was going to go. You can obviously tell she's changed. People know it because they see her. She's out and about with her kids and she teaches. And again, this post is fairly long. So I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous when Renee posted. I was like, oh, I don't know. How's it going to go?
I'm a wordy person.
She's a wordy person. But people stopped and read it. I mean, look, she posted this at 9:43 at night. That's huge. I mean, I really do think in the summer, usually 8 o'clock is kind of high time for Facebook, but I think it's 9 o'clock and after in the summer. Again, act fast. She put a little bit of her own journey in there, which I think is really key to that. And 200 likes and a whole lot of comments. So, and again, she strategically is bumping those up as she comments on them, not all at once, but she's commenting on them a couple at a time. And I do think with Facebook algorithm, that's probably a really important thing. But if you look through her posts, you know, yes, she's got some positivity in here, but she's got herself in there too. She's got her family in there as well. So it's not all Beachbody stuff. It's not all buy this, buy this. I'm going to scroll up here to her cover photo. Again, see, it's a whole lot of Renae, getting to know her, and then Beachbody sprinkled in there with success stories. Cover photo, you know, you want it to represent you, and I think it's great. If people go to her storefront and see this, I really like that. It's very clean and simple. also changed mine to clean and simple. People still know I'm a coach, which I think is important to have that on there. And our like page things are not really working, but I'm trying to move my stuff more. See, like pages don't pop up like they used to. It's kind of scary. And it's supposed to be linked here. We'll see if it works tonight or not. Maybe it's going to work. Ah, there it is. Trying to keep my cover photo and my like page more Beachbody, even though I am moving a lot of my posts to my like page. So again, we go off of reach. If you're not very familiar with like pages, that's why I'm in the training. But again, like sharing posts about my family in there. I did share Kayla's post on there as well, but just remember to be all of you. You won't usually catch a Shakeology picture here for me unless it's just a picture of chocolate yumminess. So I think that's big too. I think hearing some of the terms, they need to hear it like Autumn's shared, but you don't want to blast them with it. So, okay, it's probably going to kick me off soon. Please let us know if you have questions. We don't know all the answers. We know that this worked for us this time, and it's definitely worth a shot for you to give it a try. Feel free to check out my post on my page, click the link to my application, use anything that's there that fits you. And just remember to be you, add your spin. I don't want you to copy and paste everything because what worked for me maybe won't work for you, but definitely take the idea and run with it. Find what you're passionate about. Make sure you have all the components of Marketing Stew. I really hated this book. Otherwise, it wasn't for me at that time. I really want to read it again now though. So grab this book or look it up on YouTube. There's probably things there as well from Dave Ramsey. It's on Ontro Leadership by Dave Ramsey. It's kind of block. It's not really a mindset book, so don't go into it thinking it's a mindset book. But that's all we have. Excited to share with you guys. We'll get the recording up for people that couldn't hop on, and just keep trying out things. Be passionate, try out a small group, see if it works for you. And continue to share with your teams and share with us what's working for you and maybe what's not working for you as well.